Hello fellow travelers, adventurers, and explorers. Today I am doing a review on the Gregory Wander backpack. This particular one is the 70 liter. So as a petite woman, finding a backpack is really hard because there seems to be a few issues. Now, if I was looking for 50 liters or less, then there was a little bit more options. However, when you're looking for a bigger pack, but not too big of a pack, it seemed like it was just really hard to find. I ideally had wanted something that was waterproof. I was looking for 70 liters. I definitely needed the load lifters, which most backpacking backpacks have that. And I wanted the hip belt to be a certain way. So there were kind of a lot of things that I was looking for in a pack. And this pack in particular does check off most of those boxes. So the first thing that I like to talk about is the aesthetics of a pack. And in general, this pack I think looks pretty great. Like, it's not, I don't know, not too gadgety. It's not, there's nothing too flashy going on. It does have some bright orange accents, which, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I'm not personally a fan of really bright colors, nor am I personally a fan of, like accented things. Like, I like things to be very sleek and clean. Now, this pack in particular, it is the youth backpack. And unfortunately, the youth backpack only comes in this one color unless you get an older model. So I did end up buying the older model, which you can see here. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. And that pack was supposed to be black. It did have bright green accents, but the issue is that the black wasn't solid. So it kind of has like lines through it, and I didn't really like that. And so I decided ultimately to just keep this pack because, number one, I had bought it at REI, and REI has like a really good return or exchange policy. So that was important to me because, again, I wasn't sure how the pack would wear or fit on me until I had given it a shot. So that warranty was really important to me. And then also Gregory packs in general have really good warranties as well. Now, as far as the way that this pack fits and the comfort of it, it is actually a really comfortable pack. The straps do have some padding. It's breathable back here. Like, there's so many different adjustments, which I'm sure normal backpacking packs have, because it's like you have the load lifters, you can adjust the straps, you can adjust the tightness of the straps that way. Another great thing about this backpack is it does have the adjustable back. So I think it can go up to 18 inches and as small as, I want to say 15, but I'll put a thing, maybe it's like 14 or something like that. So anyways, it has that. So that kind of is nice. And then the other thing that was a game changer for being petite, because for the adult women backpacks, I fit the pack this way, but the issue for me was the hip belt. I just couldn't get it tight enough, but this strap actually can go very tight. And so it had the flexibility that I needed. And as you're hiking and you're losing, I guess, water weight because you're sweating so much, you do have to tighten that belt quite a bit. So this pack really was a better fit for me just because I am so petite, and I haven't found another backpack just through doing research that met all of the criteria that I was looking for. This pack seemed like it was a little bit lighter. So if I could cut off a pound or half a pound by choosing a youth backpack, it was kind of worth it to me. At some points it got hot, so I was wearing more of a tank top, which means that the straps were touching my skin. And I would say that's probably the only thing is it didn't leave a mark and I didn't get raw, but it did feel like it was rubbing a little bit, and that could have just been like the way that I had the weight or the adjustments. But overall, it is an incredibly comfortable pack. The hip belt was nice. I didn't have issues there. I think the first night I did feel like sore, but I didn't have any visible bruises or raw spots or anything like that. So really, to me, this pack is a very comfortable backpack, and I did enjoy hiking with it. Next, I want to talk about some of the features of this backpack. And when I first got this pack, I was like, holy crap, there's so many like buckles and zippers and things. But as I started to actually use the pack, it all made sense and it all came into like perfect fruition for me. So you do have like a pocket on the outside here, and all the zippers are pretty easy to use. I don't know about so much one-handedly, but they have these like pull tabs on them. So anyways, you have a nice big pocket on the outside top part here, and then this thing buckles on top of like your pack here. You have another compartment underneath here, so you can put more stuff there. And then you have your like main compartment, which is so roomy, and you have this like drawstring thing so you can pull it like really tight. This is also going to keep the like top part up close to that instead of like hanging down. But again, it's like adjustable, so as you fill the pack, it really can adjust to the needs that you have. And then you also can get to the center part of the pack from this little like pass-through zipper area right here where the orange is. And so you can get into like the main compartment of the pack. On the inside, you do have the bladder sleeve, which was something that I was looking for in the specifications. I was a little concerned because some reviewers were saying, because it is kind of like plasticky in there, and some reviewers are saying that it like ruined their bladder and the bladder was like leaking. I didn't have that issue at all, so I don't know if I just got lucky, but it has a little area for your bladder. It has the tabs so you can hook your bladder, and then it does of course have the pass-through for your hose, and the straps on the back do also have the pass-throughs for your hose, so that way it's not, you know, bouncing all around or hitting you in the face or anything. You also have these little hooks here on the front, so if you wanted to buckle anything, and I have buckled my like cup and my spoon on the outside with a carabiner. You have a front part of the pack, which I really was just storing like my book and some things like that while I was hiking. So you have these lower straps down here, which you could easily put a sleeping bag at the bottom here and adjust that accordingly. Then it has, the hip belt has little pockets, which are really nice. Obviously you have your side pockets. There is places for you to put your trekking poles. And then another cool feature that I didn't know, and maybe a lot of backpacks have this, because actually I did a review on some other backpacks already on this channel, and I went back to those backpacks and they have this too, but this is like the coolest thing. And there's a whistle on the buckle, and it's really, really loud. I mean, you have to like, you know, I guess kind of practice doing it, not like a whole lot of practice, but like when I first did it, I was like, oh, that's not very loud. But then as I kept doing it, I was like, holy, like this thing can go so loud, but you have this little like whistle on your strap. And so that's like the coolest thing. So as far as the features of this backpack go, I really like it. I really like everything that was on this pack. I think I pretty much used most of them, and I can't really think of anything that I would improve in terms of the features aside from maybe the water bladder thing in here. Like one of my bladders, the lever was just too fat to sit here, so I kind of had to do like a weird janky thing to get it to go in there. So that might be one of the things that I would complain about. And then also, yeah, just the fact that they didn't put any liner in here. And I could see how maybe if your plastic is really getting rubbed there from your water bladder, that it might cause an issue. I didn't have any issues personally, but that, you know, might be a potential upgrade that I could see would make this backpack better. So what would I give this backpack out of 5 stars? For me personally, if not 5 stars, at least 4.5. And the only thing that is really, you know, the thing that's kind of like, is the color of it. And I know that's my own personal preference. So in terms of feature and comfort, it's actually a really great backpack. So I would give this, you know, like I said, a 4.5 to 5. I love that it's a 70 liter. So it was meeting the criteria that I want. It had the water bladder pocket. It has the feed for it. It had these external pockets. It has a place for hiking poles. I'm able to put a sleeping bag on the bottom. So this backpack really did check a lot of boxes for me, as well as the fact that it's adjustable so much with, you know, in the back and around the waist. And that was a really important feature for me personally, so that I could get the pack to sit in the correct spot. So would I recommend this pack? Absolutely. If you're a petite woman, I think it would be actually great for youth as well. And I would definitely consider buying this pack again if something were to happen to this pack in particular. So So if you're curious about the details of that Grand Canyon adventure, I actually have a really detailed blog post on it where I go over everything that I packed and a bunch of parts of the adventure. And I have another video, which I'll link to, where I actually show you what I packed and how I packed this backpack. And that is in the blog as well. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.